Welcome to the Berks Homes podcast, the business of building homes. I'm Katie. I'm here with my brother Ben, and today we wanted to talk about the business of building homes.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah.
We had to take a little short break for a while because sometimes the business takes more time than others, and this was a time that it needed a little more attention.
Needed to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, we needed to take a pause and evaluate what's going on with the business and take a minute to spend some time on it, and it inspired a conversation topic, and we're back to talk about it.
So we made some changes within the organization, felt like we needed to take a step back, reassess where we were going, and this is all in the midst of the best year ever?
Yes.
Okay, so why we're talking about this is because we felt like we needed to just jump into a topic that's all centered around how you operate your business and why it's so important to stick to your principles as your core values, first and foremost, and not the checklist of what it takes to, we're just going to talk about home building, of what it takes to be a really good home builder and focus on that. There's always a handful of ways to do everything in every business.
Yes.
Right? So a home builder looks one way over here, and it looks different over at this location, right? And what I realized through conversations with you and with others is that your principles, your guiding principles, your core values, they actually make the decisions for you. Right? So we can all be the technical experts in our field, and know the 10 different ways to do something and, go through all those ways and say, there's definitely number one is definitely the best way because 99% of the builders do it this way out there.
From a technical standpoint.
Right. Most efficient or whatever.
Yeah.
However, if there's 10 ways and you are being led by your core values guiding principles, one of those other ways is probably the right way for you.
Yes.
Right. So home building, I'll use a good example of a decision that Dad made years ago, right, on the sales side, where many, many, many home builders operate their model homes on Sundays.
It's 7 days a week in some cases.
Seven days a week. So because it's the weekend, people are out, they're looking at stuff. Everybody knows that real estate, historically, resale included, Sunday's a big day to look at homes.
Yep.
And Dad chose to go against the grain on that because he felt like everybody deserves a break one day a week.
Yes.
Right? So spend time with your family, go to church, whatever you want to do. But ultimately, spend time with your family was the big genesis for it.
Yeah.
A day of rest.
A day of rest. And that also goes into just having the right outlook on life, giving yourself that. I mean, it's no different than clarity break. It's taking that deep breath, shaking it off, and just taking the time you need to re-energize and tackle the week.
Yeah, I mean, I gave this example before. I used to work almost every Saturday, and I thought that allowed me to get ahead because nobody bothered me on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I could get a lot done, get organized. And as I introduced more and more weekends where I didn't work at all, nothing really changed.
Right.
Right?
The crazy part about the timing of when he made that decision was it was the probably worst year, coming off of the worst year we ever had.
The abyss of the Great Recession.
Yeah, and he doubled down and said, well, you know what? If we're going to go down, we're going down right.
And had a better year than the year before, I believe.
You got it. Yes.
And still to this day, we don't operate our model homes on Sundays, and that's just not a knock on anybody that does it. It's just for us, that's just the way that we wanted the business to be.
But that's making business decision based on your principles, not based on what the metrics would tell you is the best decision.
Right.
Yeah.
And so even though we all have our guiding principles plastered in our office, and we talk about them a lot. We've talked about them a lot on the podcast.
Yeah.
Talk about them a lot with coworkers. It doesn't mean that you don't need to pause sometimes, like we have in the last couple weeks, and say, are we operating the vision according to those?
Yeah.
I have full confidence that we're really clicking at every level in the company with operating on the core principle, or the core values, guiding principles, whatever. But is our vision doing that
Does
too?
it match?
Yeah.
Because if that's in conflict, then you're going to make it really difficult for people to continue to operate on their day-to-day according to those guiding principles.
Yeah, we all need alignment. We all need goals. We all need to be pointed in the exact same direction.
Yeah.
Not like maybe two directions. And not that it was that far off. We just felt like this was the right time to pause and think about it. And what we did was we reduced our settlement goal because we can.
Another crazy decision to make. Great market for new home construction.
You have to strike while the iron's hot. You do. But we're doing both.
Yes.
And our commitment to all of our stakeholders, our coworkers, our trade partners, other people, companies associated with us, our customers, all those things, we felt like they deserved that pause to just realign really quickly. We feel like operating off of those guiding principles 100% allows us to achieve the greatest success long term.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
actually short term.
Yeah. And again, that's not the technical success. Like if we're defining success according to our guiding principles, it's not having the most
revenue.
The most epic gross profit and net and volume and. You can't be the best at everything, or you aren't good at anything.
Right. Yeah. Well, closing 520 homes is pretty cool too, which we're pretty excited about. So it's just slowing down sometimes allows you to have new ideas. And you never want to look, at the person beside you and be like, what are we doing this for? Right?
Yes.
Felt like we were doing that a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool time. It's kind of a neat couple weeks here of, taking a deep breath and dreaming about, again, it's very simple. We want to do things that offer our homeowners quality product.
Yes.
We want to do things that offer them a great experience, and likewise for our coworkers and trade partners.
Yeah, exactly. I really think that we are able to give everyone the opportunity, like you said, with creativity, is if you give yourself that break for a second, you can explore and say what if a little bit, or maybe stop. So we've been really talking a lot about during this minute that we're taking to say, okay, well, what should we stop? What should we start? And what should we continue? So that's going to be a theme over the course of, the very near future of just those questions. Because if you are just flying along and not taking the rear view perspective every once in a while like you should be, you might be missing some opportunities to stop doing things and simplify. So that stop piece is the really, really helpful part for the simplify.
Yes.
The start piece is just making sure you're aligned with those guiding principles. And the continue is just doing the sniff test on it. Does this jive with everything else? Yeah. Okay, great. Let's continue then.
And we're going to focus on the things that we already had to focus on, just maybe a little more sharp. We're just going to be like laser focused.
Yeah, if we go with the slot schedule or something like that, for example, core, we've got even our technology name around it is core to our business.
Right.
And just being able to hit consistently those sales starts and settlements, and by slowing down just a tiny bit. The thing is, when we keep saying slowing down, it's not really.
It's like it's 20 homes.
Yeah, I mean 25, whatever.
Yeah.
But just being able to give that extra moment to hit those things and follow through with what we're trying to do to get closer to that even flow.
Right. And really start strong again next year.
Yeah.
So instead of like speeding towards December 31st and hitting the brakes and then restarting again, it's going to be like coasting through.
You got it.
And, nothing changes. So it's exciting, because we can do that.
Yeah.
It's more about being in control of every variable that you can be in control of.
Yeah.
And being predictable.
That, again, goes back to what our principles are. So maybe talk a little bit about that. Like, how does that tie in with, some basic beliefs?
Yeah. I mean, never worry about what you can't control, number one.
Right.
Obviously, being cognizant of what is out there, what could be looming. A downturn is always around the corner. And so being prepared, being a prepper.
I was going to say, Boy Scout, I like prepper better.
Yeah, being a prepper. But that's just sound financial management as well. Being slightly on the conservative side, taking the big swings when you can is always fun to do as well. But we want to make sure we always can.
Well, the point is you take your big swing on the first pitch, not the last one.
Right, yeah. But it's always just about being in a position of strength and knowing really well, firmly knowing what the purpose is.
Yeah.
And having control of the things you can control and then not losing sleep over the millions of things that could happen.
Yeah, I think that maybe this isn't principles, but, it's just more so beliefs because they do tie together. We stick with our guiding principles. They're set in stone and it is what it is. But then there are other things outside of that, your beliefs that play into how you make business decisions as well. Number one, control what you can control, but also not, and this is, coming from Dad more than anything else, but really not caring if you lose something.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, it's loosely held.
Yeah, it's
just all in the mindset.
And the next thing will come.
And you move on.
Yeah, exactly. And that's hopefully something that is apparent in the way that we do business is that there's no repercussions for something not panning out.
Yeah.
That's like, if it's going to work out, it will. You do your best, be very consistent. If you've done everything right and it's just not the right thing, okay, moving on.
Sunk cost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But our commitment has not changed to those really important things that we hold near and dear to our heart, which is our customers, our trade partners, our coworkers. And ultimately giving all of them a great experience.
Yeah.
So what we really, we feel like we can make fantastic business decisions if those things are taken care of and achieve wild success. And we have. Yeah. As long as that's the focus. Everything else gets easy. So part of that commitment to, we'll talk about the coworkers, is, continuing to invest as much as we can into the clubhouse. Program, making sure that our regions are supported the way that they should be, making sure that everybody's on the same page with how to do things, process-wise, and then providing great tools, systems to achieve those results. Yeah. So it's just very basic. Yeah. Simple.
We are not complicated people.
No, we are the opposite, just a bunch of dumb builders. So. But the commitment still stays the same to all of that. And in a time of pausing or whatever we want to call that the last couple of weeks, it's actually exciting. Yeah. For us. Because we get to do what we love and not feel like we're in a rush.
Yeah. Yeah, making sure that, and I love, you've said this before, and I don't know if it was now or just in recent conversations, but just being proud of the outcome. Proud of our accomplishments each day. Right. And what we're putting out there into the world. Yeah. And everyone else feeling the same who's here.
Yeah, I don't think we ever got to the point where like money was ever really a focus, but we really want that just to be the result. The financial success is just the result of the things that we focus on. Yes. And I know that we all share that quality of pride, that mindset of prideful work that we try to achieve every day.
Yeah.
And there's something about our daily jobs that if all you're looking at is the scorecard of money, it's just not enough. It's just not something to be proud of.
Well, all the money in the world can't make you feel good.
Yeah.
If it's not fulfilling, or if it's not, if you're not proud of it.
Right. But building a really good home, giving somebody a great experience, enjoying the success of a coworker, all those things, that's something you can be proud of. And it's something that we just want to focus on moving forward.
Exactly.
So I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm going to tie this up, like bring it all together. I'm going to jump in with the challenge.
Oh, okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Because...
Go ahead.
And we can keep going and talk about anything, but before I forget, because this is perfect timing.
What's your challenge?
I read a book called The Go-Giver, and it's one of those parables, slightly cheesy parables.
Who wrote it?
I don't remember.
I don't care. I can Google it.
We'll put it in the notes.
Show notes. Yeah.
But basically it's, 5 laws of success.
Okay.
But it really all comes down to giving and what it takes, that success is an outcome just from giving what you can in life.
Oh, okay.
It's really, and just like the 5 principles that go into how you can have basically all that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
It's not about the money.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, it was a really great read. It really, really impacted me. I'm highly recommending it to anyone. Anybody?
So what's the challenge?
The challenge is to read the book.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll do that. That's great.
So I was going to say, anybody who wants to grab a copy, just let me know.
So was it like a good picture into your personal philosophy?
Into my personal philosophy, 1,000%. I think yours as well. Just kind of where we're going with the business is really what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
If you want a sneak peek into how we believe you can do business well from a financial giving standpoint, here it is.
Oh, okay.
This
cool.
is it.
So I definitely have to read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I really don't have a lot left.
No?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
do you have a shout out this week? This is
on the
you
spot.
on the spot.
I know. This is a good one. This is easy. This is a person relatively new to the organization who has provided us with a measure of stability and guidance throughout the last few weeks that we needed, and also like strength moving forward.
Yeah.
Lynn, our chief people officer, who has really fit in extremely well into our organization culturally and added another sounding board for you and I and others. And she's just been really impactful, I think, in everything that she's done since she came on board. And so she has done a wonderful job, and we appreciate her.
I couldn't have said it better. I totally agree. Absolutely everything that you said. And she's fun, too.
She's fun, yeah.
Imagine that. Sounding board steady and then a good time. Let's
another
go.
guiding principle that's like not on the board.
It's a belief.
It's a belief. We just really want to have fun at work.
Can we have a good time?
Yes. Yeah. Who wants to come to work and not have fun?
Exactly.
We commit so many hours of our lives to whatever we do. It can be hard. It can be stressful. It will be. It will be challenging, but it's got to be fun.
Yes. Above all else.
Yeah.
Maybe not that, but
Well, we're not that serious at the end of the day.
I did mention something, and I was like, maybe I went a little too far. And we had an all-day training on Tuesday with our sales and marketing team. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I heard it was
really
good.
Cool. Yeah. And that's basically how I closed the day. I was like, guys, we're not brain surgeons.
Yeah. Not rocket scientry,
Right.
as Mike Pavey likes to say.
Yeah. We can enjoy ourselves and bring that energy to everybody that we work with in and outside of the organization.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah. I mean, outside of work, there's like very few serious things that I do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, I struggle to have a serious conversation with my wife sometimes. It's
Right.
just, everything's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Not,
You
know,
never get in trouble for that or
no,
anything.
sometimes. I mean, but it's because I like to have fun. I like to enjoy life. We're only here a little bit.
Yep.
So
Here for a short time.
Yeah.
Not a long, good time. What's that thing? You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
I think we got to be done now.
all right. Have a great week.
A great week.